Okay, guys, so a product of powers, for an example, is written at the top left-hand corner of this slide. So a raised to the m times a raised to the n. Now, when the bases are the same, but there are two different powers to the same base, then we can combine our exponents by adding the two. Now, this is only when you have the same base and you have different exponents. So, for an example, you have b raised to the 3 times b raised to the 5. We can combine these two, and we can write b raised to the 3 plus 5, or b raised to the 8. So, again, to multiply two powers out of the same base, just add their exponents. Now, this is without parentheses. This is just where you have an expression of combined like terms that are being multiplied with exponents in the expression. So, g raised to the 4 times g raised to the 6. The first thing I check for, remember, is the same base. So yes, they have the same bases. Now, we have different exponents though, but we can combine those through addition. So we would add 4 plus 6, and we get equal to 10. So I got 3 to the 4 times 3 to the 5th. The bases are the same. That's the first thing we check for. I can rewrite this base, and now I'm going to add 4 plus 5 to combine those exponents. And when I do that, I get 3 raised to the 9. Okay? So now this one, interestingly enough, only has one exponent showing, but all values are raised to the 1 power because, well, it's just 1, right? So b to the 1 times b to the 7 is the same thing as saying b raised to the 1 plus 7, which equals b raised to the 8. Okay? Now the expression x squared times x raised to the negative 10 is equivalent to x to the n. What is the value of n? Well, in this case, now there are parentheses, but the exponents are inside of the parentheses. So another way to rewrite this is as if we are basically multiplying x to the second power times x to the negative 10. Like, these parentheses represents multiplication without the parentheses like this. So don't get confused with this, okay? Now, this property of the product of powers is to multiply two powers that have the same base. We can combine their exponents through addition. So x raised to the 2 and x raised to the negative 10. I can already tell the bases are the same, so I can use this property. So I'm going to rewrite the x, and then I'm going to add 2 and negative 10. So 2 plus negative 10, we follow through with the integer rules, and we get x, and then 2 and negative 10 is negative 8. So the value of n is actually negative 8, because x raised to the n is x raised to the negative 8. So then n is equal to negative 8.